in politics. Guys, I couldn't sleep without having done a reaction. And I'm hoping that you'll be gathering here. Even if you don't watch now, watch later. As I said, I have a goal for this YouTube, Live Saga TV. And I actually want by 15th of August, I should have at least 500 subscribers as we toil through the journey. In fact, a political channel can grow very fast if you are always here to support me and grow with me. So let's go through some of the sagas we've seen on the streets. There are so many, but some of them I wouldn't actually go into them today, apart from FAROUK's fiasco and SIFUNA's fiasco, guys. So let's start very fast. I've read this post that has come from Unreported Kenya Post. Let's start with that. So the post reads, ebu tingiza kiuno watu waone na usunguke. Usunguke? Okay, so that was FAROUK Kibet, a close aide of President William Ruto. Of course, watu wanamuita vice president because they are not seeing Kindiki doing anything. The soprano man yuko hapo to represent the Mrima people, but actually at the end of the day, he has not had a great significance on the Mrima itself. Moses Kuria has tried, then akaona siwezi akatoroka. So far tunaangalia Kimani Ichung'wah akisema hey CHEGE. Alright, so let's get back to this. Now, a video showing FAROUK Kibet, a close aide of President William Ruto, asking Suba North MP Millie Ojambo, you know her, the bad girl, to dance for the crowd has ignited a firestorm online, with many Kenyans condemning the comment as sexist and demeaning. Actually, when a man asks you to dance in public, and then, hey, let me spare you from this saga, but the reality is even the song itself that he had to choose. Okay, it spells a lot. So the controversial exchange occurred during the empowerment function, empowerment per se, where Kibet, holding a microphone, urged MP Millie Ojambo to dance for the people. And I didn't expect that Millie Ojambo, the bad girl, would dance. But again, hey, that aspect in her, love for dance, I don't know whether it fooled her or whether she failed to understand that this aspect is sexist and demeaning. The visibly uncomfortable moment drew mixed reactions actually from attendees and quickly went viral on social media. Senator Gloria Oroba, known for her vocal stance on gender rights and women's dignity in leadership, weighed in sharply. She condemned the statement, calling it disrespectful and patriarchal, adding that women leaders are not performers, they are public servants, The incident coming days after yet another nominated MP, SABINA CHEGE, has reignited debate on the treatment of women in politics, with civil society groups calling for an apology and the enforcement of respectable public discourse. Guys, so who was President wa Ruto? Amezidi, guys. And yesterday, all of us had Natembea. You heard Natembea mentioning FAROUK, did you? If you heard yesterday what Natembea said in Malava, you can raise your hand and give a comment and what do you think about it. So if you come online, you can chat and you can actually like the video as we go by. But politics za Kenya, they're on the other level, guys. Okay? So it's about, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. So Gloria Oroba Lisamanini, she went on to say that by the time the guy is done with those fake empowerment programs and political gatherings, all women politicians around him would have been reduced to booty shaking, and twerking, ass wobbling machines. Hey, this one shocked me actually. What do you think? What is your thought? Would you, as a leader in a public political meeting, actually call upon a woman to shake her bamba? Would you? Would you call upon a political leader to shake her bamba when it's a political movement? I don't think so. I've been watching Jamaican politics. I've been watching Cote d'Ivoire's politics, Cameroon, Uganda, Tanzania, and even US. Hi. Chinese again. Hi, how are you? Welcome on board and thank you for the roses. I wish they were lions on TikTok, or Facebook. But actually, I really appreciate the presence. You can also give a like to my video. Give a like to my video, and I really appreciate your support. So guys, Oroba, her statement was very heavy, saying that women are going to be reduced to object. You know, there is that aspect of objectification of women. It happens. Objectification of women happens in societies whereby somebody looks at you and they just see an object. So you are speaking and somebody is reading your lips. You are speaking, somebody reads your nose. You are speaking, somebody reads your eyes. Okay, we appreciate that, but sometimes the objectification is just too much. So Millie Ojambo, actually, I didn't expect that she would shake her Nanda when she was asked by FAROUK to do so. So let's start with where the rain started beating these women. It's not today or yesterday. And now FAROUK seems to be so obsessed with asking people to dance. And I wish one day somebody should tell him to dance first before he can ask them to dance. Unfortunately, in Kenya, it is what it is. You actually find that somebody is up there and you want to lick their boots. Okay, this one is from Bangladesh. Pan koi dak kurt video da. Hey, whatever language it is. Hey, it's so exciting anyway. So thank you. Thank you for whatever you're saying, because I can't understand it. I only understand English. The rest of the languages, I'm trying so much because I have fans from all over the places. I appreciate your contribution. Actually, I need a like on my video. Even one. Let's start with one as we go by. Let's start with the target of 5. Give me a like as we continue. Now, for guys who know Kibet, Kibet once was actually also, accused. Bangladesh video. You wanted to watch Bangladesh video, or are you inviting me to watch Bangladesh video, or what exactly are you saying? Because I actually watch almost anything as long as it's not overt. Anything overt, nana. But any other thing I do watch, So guys, let's go through this political saga. So the political saga starts, and of course, remember, CHEGE was the one who started it all. Let's watch here. Oh my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. Let's start from somewhere here. Right here. And I won't play the music because actually it leads to copyright. So I'll just play, you see the dancing, but you won't see the music. Right here. Let's get to another of the similar. Oh my God. Of course, the song for Sabina CHEGE was Weko, 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 Weko. And you know that song is normally used a lot in clubs, Hey. So after that dance, so many people came up with a lot of comments, some trying to think that that FAROUK was parading her because there has been much beyond political aspect, They really gave a lot of stories around it. And of course, the latest from Gachagua, if you know, you know. So let's come back to this one. All right, it's moving very fast. Let's come back to this one.
Huyu mama akiwa kwa kitandani unalala kabisa, Utaamka kesho ingine, sio? atoshi sana. Huyo mama kwa sawa si sawa.
So a lot of people actually discussed so much, and some were like, this person is a fool, FAROUK is a fool, FAROUK is too much, FAROUK is that. You know, even his comments were overt, not actually suiting the context of somebody who is a civil servant, and whatever it was trying to insinuate was just beyond the public eye, and so embarrassing. In a normal view, you would be embarrassed if somebody actually commented as he did, you know. It is a kind of first-degree sexual harassment, actually, plain first-degree sexual harassment that is quite disturbing and deeply disturbing to everybody. So when people saw that, a lot of people came up and they allegedly put a lot of comments. However, they started saying SABINA CHEGE herself seems to be comfortable with it. So why even complain? Still, even if she didn't complain, it does not sound well, does it? It does not, right? So we had then later on, of course, the latest response was from Gachagua. Let's hear what he'll say about this. He commented on this. Of course, he's one of the loudest currently, followed by SIFUNA, or is it Natembe? I don't know who is who. Let's listen to what Gachagua had to say about this.
Country Kenya are remittances from the diaspora. So you guys, the diaspora brigade, are a serious partner of our economic development, because it is your money that you bring back home that we use to pay foreign debt. It is your money that we use to import goods to Kenya. It is, and I have decided that I don't have to wait for us to form government, which we are going to form. I'll explain you why. For foreigners to invest back home when Kenyan economy is almost collapsing because people have stopped paying taxes, people have stopped investing there. Lazima mkae pamoja. Buffaloes don't move in a herd because they love each other. Buffaloes tafuteni makazins wetu mkae pamoja. Let us stay together. As we are more in government, the more we are in the US. Negati na tukonia na kunyanilia nguri. And encourage them to remember home. Enjoy the beauty of our women because they are our flowers, they are our pride, you know. That's where I'm coming from. I hope you have understood. I hope you have understood what I feel. When I know how hardworking we are, how respectable we are, Jona Mudu alitutreat it as rubbish. I said, I'm going to look at the morning and I'm going to do that. No. God. I know Mamudu atukinyeti.
Of course, Gachagua spoke in Kikuyu, but he was fuming about the humiliation FAROUK Kibet put SABINA CHEGE in public, making her dance, you know. Even though dancing is not a bad thing, but then how do you make a public, you know, a civil servant like a whole MP to dance, and then you say wametosha or they are enough, you know? Do you gauge an MP from dancing or from doing the services they were recruited or actually appointed to do by the citizens? That was the question. Now let's get to the second. Now, of late, the big bad girl. I didn't expect the bad girl to really give in to such a humiliation also. However, it ends up that it is what it is. Maybe because she knows very well that FAROUK Kibet is more of a vice president than Kindiki, you know, the close advisor of the president. She decided then to do this, you know. Again, I'll not play the music, but remember, the song was a toti. the song that Millie Odhiambo, the MP, was forced to dance to was Atoti. And for those who know, Atoti is a connotational song that is actually kind of praising the beauty of Atoti, and not in a context that is very formal, right? And then that song asks Atoti to actually kind of twerk, you know. So that was not a song that would actually be allowed to, somebody could not actually ask a whole MP to dance to Atoti. Atoti is a song that is more of, should be used in other contexts, but not a political context where you tell an MP dance. And unfortunately, the bad girl began to dance to it. Now let's watch this. I'll not be playing the music, but I'll be actually showing you how it happened. Now this is it. Of course, guys, many people keep complaining about some leaders speaking in their language. Unfortunately, in this country, when people go back to their land and they're in a political rally, they turn to their mother tongue. So I don't know even why they complain. Is it that mkuki ni tamu kwa nguruwe na kwa binadamu ni mkali ama mchungu? I don't know. Because you find these people speaking their mother tongue so easily. Especially, I've seen a lot of that in Nyanza. At least Pea Kakamega, they didn't actually speak a lot of that during the ODM conference. In Bungoma, they did speak a little during the funeral for the mother to Wetangula, but they still spoke a lot of Kiswahili. However, when you go to Nyanza, and when you go to Uasin Gishu, and go to Mrima, they go so much in their mother tongue, and I wonder why they complain about each other, you know. Now, let's go on, because it is what it is. So, I don't know what you think about this aspect of FAROUK asking people to dance. Now, let's go to a different level, because this one, he's being blamed because they are saying that he's actually turning women into objectification. He is objectifying of the MPs and women leaders, so that at the end of the day they'll be turned into booty dancers and you know, twerking machines. But now let's get to this one, because there is a time he also forced the Luya leaders to dance, and of course people also reacted to it. The male one now here, actually telling your fellow man, now stand and dance and let's see who dances the best and will be the winner. Hey, Afro cinema continues shortly, or is it opera? Soap opera from Mexico. All right, so here, FAROUK actually asked the Luya leaders to dance, and they were so embarrassed, you know. In a normal context, it doesn't happen in a political setting where you are told to dance. You should just actually tune to the dance. If a dance music is playing and you feel like dancing, you should be the one just dancing without necessarily somebody saying, can we now play and we see how good he is at dancing, you know. Now let's see how he did it here. Look at that. Look at that. They are even embarrassed. They don't want to dance. Yeah, so guys, you actually have seen the fiasco here and why people are making a lot of noise. I don't know whether you are comfortable with whatever is happening, but it's actually quite embarrassing to some level. Now, guys, let's get to Sifuna's hula baloos. So Sifuna is actually in a mix. He's being protected on one side, and on the other hand, he's being, pushed. Of course, we heard Oscar Sudi saying that he asked for 300 million shillings so as to get to the broadcast government. I don't know whether an interview will be held very soon by any station so that he answers these questions. And we understand actually how true it is that Sifuna had demanded 300 million shillings from the government so that he can be part of the broad-based government. On the other hand, Gachagua is actually placing allegations on him, indicating that he has been already bought by the government and is being used to actually create a scenario to prove that ODM is quite strong, but when in reality is going to be the deputy of Ruto in the next campaign, or rather election. Let's wait and see. Now, on the other hand, we are actually seeing the citizens are getting into fury to support Sifuna. Let's listen to this lady, for example, from Kayole, is it? I think it's from Jacaranda.
Baba Raila Amolo Odinga knows who Sifuna is. And Sifuna is a brand. And I'm sure Baba Raila Amolo Odinga haezi sack Sifuna kama SG of ODM. Sisi tunaambia Raila Amolo Odinga kwamba you should stop what is going around. People abusing Sifuna, telling him that he's opposing you. Sifuna is not opposing you, Baba. Sifuna is talking on behalf of millions of supporters of ODM. Sisi kama supporters wa ODM, tunakuambia ya kwamba ODM, mukiamua ati mnatoa SG pale, mukiamua mnatoa Sifuna pale, tutawaonyesha we shall become ODM. Vyama ni mingi sana, hata Sifuna anazenda. Sifuna hata usitishwe. Mimi kama deputy rais pale bunge la mwananchi nakwambia kwamba usitishwe. Vyama ni mingi Sifuna. Kuna pale Tower Movement. Kuna pale kijana wetu natembea. If they choose you from ODM. Tukiona watoto wadogo wanakutusi kwa mitandao. Wajui mambo mahali ambapo Orange House iko wanakutusi. If they decide to sack you, Sifuna, I'm telling you as a woman. I'm telling you as a woman of this country. I'm telling you as a woman of Jacaranda.
So this is a lady from Jacaranda actually trying just to represent some of the supporters of ODM and Raila party. And they are in to defend Sifuna. Nani amewatuma? That's our question. Kenya watu hujituma hata kwa kazi ambayo hawatapata faida yote. They make a lot of noise. At the end of the day, they watch as people eat the cake or the table. And it is what it is. So this lady, I don't know whether she's going to actually gain any, power, because anajiita vice president of the bunge la wananchi. Yeah, so meanwhile, guys, it is actually very funny. There is something I saw here. I wanted to play on it. Let me see whether I get it. Because we are remaining with about 20 minutes to finish our vlog. It's night. I'm so tired. Also, tomorrow I have to wake up early and go on duty. So let's see what we dig from here. Hey. It is what it is. Let's get to this video. There's a funny video that went around. I don't know whether I watched from this end. Did I? It seems I watched from another platform. But there's a funny video going about a strange wedding, right? Sometimes we mix life saga, political aspect with social a little bit just to make the juice sweeter. So let's get to it. I know where I watched it from. It was not even Life Saga TV. I did watch it from my Moro English stories. I don't know whether I'll find it, because now, unfortunately, when you watch for something from one different angle, it becomes very challenging on the other. Meanwhile, Commentator has brought a new story that we have to also look at, partly just to juice our story. Let's look at this. Today, people seem to have slept because tomorrow it's work. I don't know. I'm not getting a lot of people here the way we normally have so many coming to this platform, you know. But it is what it is. I appreciate those who will be coming by. Maybe others will be watching it later. I don't know. There is this story running around between Simon Kabu and the daughter, you know. And people are shocked. People are shocked about this story, and that is something I want to show here. Here it is.
The ongoing divorce of the Kabus has had a new development. This one has left social media riling, wondering what the hell is going on with.
So currently there is a divorce case going on between Simon Kabu and the wife, you know, Sarah. Here is the couple. Now what is unveiling is that though they have a daughter known as Maureen, unfortunately, when the lady filed a divorce, maybe she thought that they have a lot of property, and after divorce she's going to acquire part of it. Now it happens that when the case was going on, the lady discovered that the father, that is Simon Kabu, had already transferred a lot of property to the daughter, Maureen Kabu. And so she would not acquire this property as she had thought after divorce. Now she stood in court and indicated that that Simon Kabu was dating Maureen Kabu, the daughter. And she even began to say that Simon Kabu was not the biological father to Maureen Kabu, you know. So the case takes a different twist, and people are looking at it a different angle. They think that this lady Sarah is not ready to move on. They also think that she was actually filing divorce so that she can own part of the property of the husband, and now that she's discovered she may not gain anyway, she is actually turning the event to make Simon Kabu look like he's guilty. This is a funny turn of events, you know.
Huge allegations against her estranged husband, Simon Kabu. Now we know how these two got to the point of separation. We've been following up on every development, but the latest one has had people shocked, most especially because...
So guys, these people are flaunting in a very expensive life, luxurious luxury, you know. As you can see, that's a luxurious lifestyle they were living before the divorce came by, and also before they decided to run each different document.
This new development has just informed us that this divorce is going to be a tough one, not to mention the controversy, drama, and scandals that we will see go down. Once admired as a power couple online, leading in...
So actually this is one of the couple that people really admired, and most of the times we normally say sometimes people cloud chase, they don't live a real life. So as I've already shown you one of the pictures of them flaunting life and all this, and people said really wow. Yeah, but of late it has come with a lot of scandals, accusations, and you know, events that we cannot trust. So these people are running business, and one of them was Safaris.
Determined to do whatever it takes to bring her former husband down, not even sparing his name or his reputation. According to court documents that have since...
So, of late, one of the accusations that Sarah Kabu has put on petition is that she seeks leave to amend her petition to enjoin Maureen Wambui Abade alias Maureen Kabu, a woman with whom the respondent is presently engaged in an ongoing adulterous relationship. And so when people went to check this, they realized that she's talking about the daughter. You can actually see this document. And she lay accusations based on intimate relationship, the residing in matrimonial home, beneficiary transfer of property. Now, people looked at this and they were actually wondering whether she is laying accusations based on what is there or on the reality of the relationship.
With his daughter Maureen. Now, obviously, you've seen Maureen.
Now, the daughter, of course, is here. And now she says that that daughter is not biological daughter of the father. But many people from internet, just by looks, they already say that is indeed the father, and they are lookalikes, and therefore those allegations are very humorous, you know. So
Boy together with Sarah Kabu. Lately, we've been seeing them doing business together.
So, of course, currently the father, after the separation with the mother, has been running business with the daughter. Because most societies, people teach their kids on business matters, because if you don't do that, it means when you die, then your business goes down, you know.
They've been successful. In fact, while we're
so the success of that business doesn't seem to actually occur well with the mother, and maybe she thought that after divorce, she possibly thought that after divorce, then the daughter should be pursuing her. As I said the other day when we were discussing aspect to do with Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, and why they were saying they cannot divorce. They were saying it's better to learn together and make things better than divorce. One of the things is that there comes with animosity, doubt, and fear, and also insecurities, and all that. Now, it seems that this is one of the results of such a situation that we've seen earlier.
We saw them hanging out and
so the reception of the reward, of course, came, and not just Sarah, not just Simon Kabu and Maureen enjoyed their success, but Sarah also did enjoy in their success story.
At a yard, people even thought that.
And all that happened was actually proving that things were coming back to normal, only for her to drop another bomb.
Sarah Kabu and Simon Kabu were reigniting the fire. According to her, she was introduced to Maureen in 2022, but never really received any DNA evidence to prove that indeed Simon Kabu is the father to Maureen. This allegation seen in court.
Now, of course, Maureen is not her daughter. She was just brought into the picture from another lady, and therefore she demands a DNA. If not, she accusingly says that that should not be the daughter. She is possibly, you know, just a woman that has come into a picture as
but this was not
a relation.
She further alleged that Simon Kabu has been living together with Maureen in the home that was previously theirs, and that she's and mentor his children.
So this becomes a very funny story at the end of the day, and maybe a lesson to many, so that sometimes you better know the people around you, because you can never know their intentions. Because from what many people think, it's a funny situation that we are coming in. Anyway, we will be waiting for more updates on the same as we walk into other political journeys tomorrow, because there are so many, only that time allows us to deal with one by one. Maybe before I stop this, let me see what Gachagua is saying about Sifuna. There is a video I saw actually, Gachagua placing accusation of Sifuna at some point. Let me just check on that receipt, and then we end our video, maybe by 40 minutes. Let's check on that. What do we have here? Oh, possibly it came after you know, Sifuna said that Gachagua can't vie for a seat because after all he was impeached. I think that is where it started. And the President Ruto, on the other hand, called that a wash conmanship. Conmanship, wash.
I listened to another group of friends and Kenyans, brothers and sisters, who say Ruto must go. And for sure, just like those who were there before me, my time will come and I will go. Just like those who were there before me did. But respectfully, sirs, madams, let me ask you. So, what are your reasons for this Ruto must go? I'm sure it's not because of the spelling of his name. Maybe because you don't agree with the ideas, the policies, and the more I listen, the more it is sloganeering. It's not about a plan, not about an alternative plan. And I hear my brothers and sisters say, let Ruto go, then we will figure out. And we will tell you what is the alternative plan later that does better on education than I have. You should be bold enough to tell us. One term, Kasongo, Ruto must go, is not enough. Let's do away with Shah. And to me, they sound like people who are accustomed to the status quo, the usual, the familiar, the no change.
All right. Of course, Sifuna has said that even if Gachagua will pull the one-term principle, then so be it. But still, he says that Matiang'i should be the candidate because as for him, Gachagua is not worth being a president. He was impeached. And he doesn't understand why people keep thinking that he is worth vying for the position. So what did Gachagua accuse Sifuna on? Let's check this. I'm still looking for that before we call it a day. Let's check on that. I thought I saw something somewhere. I thought he said something somewhere, but I can't see it right away. But I think he had a response somewhere yesterday. I can't get it. But I know there was a response that was very, very hot from Gachagua to Sifuna. If somebody actually knows what he said and his response, then we actually can follow that up. Otherwise, have a nice time. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. And welcome for more sagas tomorrow and forthcoming days as we go deep into this. Bye-bye.